All right then. Well, to start this off, let's take this in Baddha Konasana here. So, soles of feet together, knees wide, and just set this up so you can actually sit this upright. So you're not necessarily looking for the maximum stretch right off the bat. So, as much as you need, slide the feet forward. Be sure you can actually tilt your pelvis forward and sit upright without a whole lot of effort. And just try to keep the feet in contact. Relax around the hips to let the knees settle down toward the floor. And just bring your hands down to your sides just for a little bit of support to keep yourself upright. Now, engage through the core here best you can. Pull into the belly around the ribs and lengthen your spine. So stretch the top of your head toward the ceiling. Bring your chin in just a little bit. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat and slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to keep this long. Make the exhales last at least as long as the inhales as you breathe. And then when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And just take this slow to begin. So with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. Now with the exhale this time, just lean to the right side. Right hand to the floor, left arm reaching right, and just stretch this long, gaze up high. And still try to keep the knees out wide as you're leaning. With your next inhale, bring it back to center, reach straight up. And with the exhale, lean to your left side. Left hand down, right arm reaching left, stretch this out long, and again, try to hold the knees out wide as you take it to this side. With your next inhale, bring it back to center, reach up. Now with the exhale, just an upright twist. Right hand to the floor behind, left arm outside the right thigh. Now reach up through the crown of your head and just look back over the right shoulder. And just feel that stretching moving through your left side primarily. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach this up. And then with the exhale, take it to your left side. Left hand down behind, right arm outside your left thigh. And again here, sit this up tall. So stretch up through the top of your head, look back over your left shoulder, and use your right arm and press it to the left leg. With your next inhale, turn back to center, reach up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands down through center and then reach forward. And I'm just turning for the camera here, but I want you to take hold of your big toes and take this into a deeper stretch. So go ahead and draw the heels in closer, or you can keep them where they are, but hinge forward from the hips. Try to keep your knees wide, feet pressing together. And if you want to, you can make this more engaged. So your low back's pressed forward. You can round this forward as well. But pull the elbows in toward your waist, pull your chest forward as much as you can, and maybe to start to bounce into the knees a little bit just to feel this out here to start. When you're ready, take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just release this stretch. Now bring yourself back to the upright seat with your legs in this position. You want to go back and forth, warming up the hips here. So it's going to be a few movements taking this back and forth. So when you're ready, lean over to the right side. Bring the left foot flat. Now left hand to your left, and your right hand comes to the floor. And I want you to press down through the left foot and through the right hand. Extend your right leg and try to lift the hips so they come up in line. And then come back to center. We're going to take that slow and take it side to side like that. So go ahead and lean over your left side. Left hand down, right foot goes flat. Right hand to the right knee. Extend your left leg forward best you can. Lift your hips. And then bring it back down. We're just lighting things up. Lean to the right. Right hand to the floor. Left foot goes flat. Extend the right leg forward and lift. And then come back down. And lean over the other side, over the left. Left hand to the floor, right foot goes flat. And then press from the floor, extend your left leg forward. Bring it back down, and we'll give it a couple more rounds. Left foot goes flat, right leg goes forward, right hand down. Lift your hips and come up. And then bring it back down. And then come back to center. Left hand to the floor, right foot flat, extend your left leg forward and lift. And then bring this back down, and we'll take it through one more round. Lean right. Left foot goes to the floor. Extend the right leg forward, lift, hold here. Now see about moving just a little bit here. So with your right leg lifted, bend the right knee, just bring the heel toward your left knee. And then extend the leg forward. And then pull the heel in again. And extend the leg. Pull the heel in one more time. Extend the leg forward, come back down. It doesn't take much to feel that. We'll take that to the other side. So right foot to the full, left hand down. Right hand to the right knee, lift up, extend your leg, hold here. And then moving from your left leg, bend the knee, pull the heel in close. And then extend the leg forward. Bend the knee and pull the heel in. And extend again. One more time, bend the knee. One more time, extend. And then go ahead, bring this all the way down. And then once you come down, hands behind you, feet flat in front, about hips width. Just go ahead and twist this a little bit side to side, just to loosen things up a little bit more. And then just go ahead and bring this into center. I want to take this into Baddha Konasana, but then taking this into boat. So feet together, knees out wide, reach forward, take hold of your toes. Draw the heels in close and lean back enough to take the weight off your feet and just feel out your balance here. Now rather than rounding your spine, try to press your low back forward, keep the shoulders back, knees out wide. And just feel this out and feel out your balance here. Bring the heels in as close as you can. You may feel this is a light stretch already. And again, you can use the elbows to press your knees further out to the sides. And then we'll take this into just a little bit of movement. Now just work this as best you can. Keep the feet touching the knees out wide. Reach your hands forward. Now I want to go back and forth from this position. So you don't have to go too deep, but I want you to lean this back, extend the legs, squeeze your inner thighs together. And then pull back in with the knees out wide. Again, lean back, extend the legs. And then bring it back in. Lean this back again, reach your arms forward. And then pull the knees out wide. Lean this back again and extend. And then pull back in. We'll do this a few more times. Lean this back and lengthen out. Pull back to Baddha Konasana again. Lean back and lengthen. Hold your balance best you can. And pull back in. Two more times. Extend the legs forward. Pull back in with the knees out wide. Once more, extend the legs forward. Pull back in with the knees out wide and hold here. And again, see about taking hold of your big toes. Draw the heels in close. Try to sit this up taller. Keep your balance. And then while you're here, just see about bringing that right foot out to the side a little bit. And come back to center. Left foot out to the side. And then back to center here. And then go ahead and lift both feet. Now try to keep your low back pressed forward. Keep your core engaged. You can come up a little bit. Maybe take it further if you can come into more of an extension. But hold on to your balance. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Bring both feet down, hands down behind you. And just take a moment again here just to let your knees move side to side, and we'll keep things loose. And then come back into center. When you're ready, you want to set this up for reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you about hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Fingertips forward if you can. You can always rotate the fingers out to the sides. We're pressing your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take this up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come down. And then with your next inhale, lift, and we're going to hold here. Now you can have your gaze forward or look up or hang your head back, but keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. Try to hold on to the tension of the lift. And just keep breathing here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, come all the way back down. Now once you're down, just shake your hands out for a moment. And then when ready, cross the ankles. Roll forward, your hands find all fours. And from all fours, just take a moment, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side, and just feel things out. And then when you're ready, just bring it back into center, into all fours. I'm going to take this into the wrist. So why don't you walk your hands in closer to your knees, maybe within about one hand's length. Now flip the hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingertips point in towards center. And with your fingers spread wide, slide your hands together so you can interlace the fingers here. Now keep the palms open, press into the fingertips, try to straighten your arms best you can. Spread your shoulder blades apart and press your spine toward the ceiling. And you can always keep most of the weight on toward your legs, or you can lean forward onto the hands to make this more intense. We're going to move this from this position and keep the interlace. So I want you to flip the hands over, press your palms down. And then flip them again, palms facing up. And just keep moving back and forth like this. And as you go back and forth, just take a moment to flatten your hand, press your fingertips down, try to straighten your arms just briefly. And just take it at your own pace. And then the next time you end up with your palms facing up, just hold on to that position. Fingers spread wide, fingertips pressing down. We're going to take this down side to side. So bend into both elbows, but bring the right elbow all the way to the floor. And then come back up. And then sink down to your left side. And come back up. And just keep moving back and forth like this and take it at your own pace here. Now as you're moving here, keep your hands tense. Keep the fingers spread wide, your fingertips pressing down. And then just give this another round or so. So I want you to try to finish this with your left elbow coming down before you come back to center. And then once you're back at center, just come up onto the fingertips. And we're going to take this into another stretch from here. Now keep the hands close like this, but palms facing down. Rotate your fingertips out to the side and then in toward your knees. Come as far in the rotation as you can. And once you set your hands down, dig the fingertips down and really grab your mat as aggressively as you can. You can keep most of the weight to the legs, or again, you can lean further forward. But as you hold on to this, keep gripping the floor, and if you just want to stay here, and if this is enough, that's fine. But if you can take this further, you can start to take this into the hips a little bit. So for that, step the right foot forward outside the right hand and maybe a little bit past it. And then with that right foot forward, bend into the elbows and start to sink down inside the right thigh and just move a little bit side to side. And let your hips move back and forth. Keep the grip of the fingertips here. And maybe you feel more of a stretch in the inner thigh, maybe not, but just take it the way you can. Here you can always step that right foot out further, wider or further forward. Let's see if I can get my words together. And then when you just bring it back into center and bring the right knee down, step your left foot forward outside your left hand. And again from here, just feel this out. You can bring it further out, further to the side, maybe more forward, but then start to bend to the elbows and just move around inside the left leg. And you can sink this down a little bit further, and maybe you feel more of a stretch on the left inner thigh to see where it takes you here. And then when you're ready, just come back into center here, back down with both knees on the floor. Now come up onto the fingertips down to sitting on your heels, and then take a moment, shake your hands out and loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then when the hands are ready, just come back into all fours. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, just to set this up. And we're just going to start this with a regular spinal balance from here. So just keep the shoulder blades spread apart. Spine pressed up high, keep your gaze down and keep your neck long. Reach the top of the head straight forward. And then extend forward through the right arm and back through your left leg. Now just hold on to this here for a moment. Really stretch this out long through the fingertips and toe tips. And then when you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just curl in elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Now exhale, elbow to knee one more time. And then inhale, reach this out long and stay reaching. And then look forward. Now bend in your left knee, reach back with your right hand and see what grip you can find, maybe the foot, maybe the ankle. And if the grip's not happening, that's fine. You can just keep reaching back, work to lift the knee. Now if you have the grip, kick into your hand, but draw your shoulder forward to bring the knee up higher. Grip the floor with the left hand, keep your balance here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release it, come back down to all fours. And we'll set this up for the other side. So when you're ready, again, just keep your gaze down, keep your neck long, and extend the left arm forward and the right leg straight back. And just hold here for a moment and really stretch this out long through the fingertips and toe tips. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, pull in, elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Now inhale, reach this out long and stay reaching here. and then look forward. Now bend to the right, you reach back with your left hand this time. See about finding the right foot. And again, you can just stay reaching, work to lift the knee, but if you have that grip, kick into your hand, draw the shoulder forward, try to bring the knee up higher. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back down and back to all fours. Now from all fours, we're going to make this a little bit more lopsided here to warm things up and take this into the hips. So I want you to stay on your left hand, but come down onto the right forearm. Now with the right forearm on the floor, make this into a diagonal here. So the right elbow stays to the side, right hand comes to center. Slide your left hand back so you can stack the elbow over the wrist, probably further back than you think you need. Keep the left elbow pulled in and just look down toward the floor. Now keep your chest facing down. Shift your weight to the right knee, hover your left knee and keep your left knee bent. And then left leg out to the side as high as you can lift. And fold the left leg back in. Left knee out to the side again. And then fold the leg back in. Left knee out to the side, high as you can lift and hold here. Now if you want to take this a little bit further, see about looking to the left side, come up onto the fingertips of your left hand, and this may be good enough already. Pull the left heel in toward your seat, the left knee still bent and the knee still lifted. Now if this is enough, just stay with this, but if you want to take it further, maybe you hover the left hand, maybe take hold of the left knee with your left hand and bring it up a little bit higher. And this is good enough. Now you've got the base of the right forearm, and if you want to take this further, you can reach for the left big toe and maybe extend that leg a little bit toward the ceiling, maybe further up. We're not going to hold this for too long. And then just go ahead and release, and we'll bring it back down and come back to all fours. And that is supposed to be a little bit intense, so just work things as best you can. We're going to take this on the other side. So when you're ready, come down onto the left forearm, but stay on your right hand. So left elbow stays to the side, bring the left hand to center, that forearm's diagonal. Slide your right hand back so the elbow stacks directly over the wrist and keep that elbow pulled in. Now just look down, put the weight to your left knee, hover the right and keep the right knee bent. And then right knee to the side, high as you can lift. And then bring the right knee back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. And then fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Now hold here. Now to take this just a little bit further, keep your balance, keep that knee lifted, but pull the right heel in toward your seat and maybe come up onto the fingertips of the right hand. This could be plenty already. If you can take it further, you've got the left forearm down. Maybe lift the right hand, take hold of the right knee and try to bring it up higher. Maybe take hold of the right big toe, and if you want to extend that leg, just see where you can go with it here. And then go ahead and release this. Come back down and back to all fours. Now we got just one more round of this, a little bit different. So again, with the right forearm down, you're going to stay on your left hand. So the right hand comes to the center, the elbows to the side. Slide your left hand back and keep that left elbow pulled in. Now again, just keep your gaze down, put the weight to the right knee, hover the left, and then bring that left knee out to the side as high as you can lift and hold here. Keep the toes pointed left. Now with an inhale, extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to the left shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to the left shoulder. Now inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder one more time. Now this time, bring the left foot down outside the left hand and work that left foot past your left hand. Now the right forearm's still down. Lean onto the right arm. And then lift your left hand. Press that left arm up underneath the left thigh. Now this might be enough already, and it might just draw you down inside the left leg for a stretch. But if you can take it further, see about pressing up with your left arm, maybe lift your left heel and come to the very tip of the left big toe. And if you want to take it further yet, this will work your balance. You can lift that left foot up off the floor. And this is probably enough already right here. We're just looking for a little bit more of a hip activation and a hip stretch. When you're ready, just go ahead and release this. And come back up to all fours. And we'll take that to the other side. So when you bring the left forearm down, left elbow to the side, bring the left hand to center. Slide the right hand back and stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep looking down. Put the weight to the left knee, hover the right, and then lift the right knee out to the side and keep it lifted, keep the toes pointed right. Now with an inhale, extend the right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Now set the right leg on the right arm and set your right foot down. And try to walk that right foot forward and get a little bit forward to the right hand. Now the left arm's still on the floor. Go ahead and lift the right hand. Press the right arm underneath the right inner thigh. And this may be enough already. You can make that right hand into a fist. If you can go further, try to press up higher, maybe come to the tip of the right big toe. Now if you can take it further still, you can lift that right foot up off the floor completely, but just take it to where you can. And then go ahead and release this. And come back down, back to all fours. Now once you're in all fours, just take a moment, shake your legs out a little bit and breathe. And you can all just stay here and breathe and take another stretch. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now, once you find your down dog, just take a moment here to look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Press your palms down flat, so flatten your hands and put some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest down low. Now, even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And keep your body long like this. One line from the wrist creases through to the hips. So hold some tension through your core, through the belly and around the little ribs. Keep your hips pressing high. And you can always let go of some of the tension in your legs by bending your knees, keep in mind. And you can always just stay loose and pedal this out, let your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll forward. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready from here, just release any grip that you have, but keep the bend in the knees to begin. So slowly restack your spine. Round this up to standing, bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment to breathe, set an intention, let your mind clear. And just find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step it back to high plank. Now find your shape here. Wrists at the shoulders, palms press down, press the floor away from you, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And try to hold the tension in your midsection and keep your hips on the shoulders and heels best you can. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. Now with an inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, find your upward facing dog. Kick into your feet, squeeze your glutes. And then pull your belly in, bring your hips up high, and come back to down dog. And we'll take that version of the sun salutation a few times. So from your down dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing and reach your arms high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, step it back and find high plank. From that plank, take an inhale. With the exhale, set the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, straighten your arms, pull your chest forward, up dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high, back to downward facing dog. 2 more rounds. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach your arms high. And then with the exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, let's bring it back to high plank. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, open up, draw this forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull your belly in, hips up high, back to down dog. And we'll take it through one more round. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. And then with the exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway here. And with the exhale, set the hands, step it back, find a high plank. Now from your high plank, take an inhale. And with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. Inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in. Bring the hips up high back to down dog, and just pedal out here and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now stay folded like this and look at your feet. So I want you to step your feet a little bit wider than your hips, heels and toes out. Bend the knees, bring the hips down low. And we're going to take this into a low version of chair right here. So when you're with an inhale, just lift your torso, keep the knees bent, and reach your arms up high. So settle your weight back a little bit here. Keep the legs tense. Keep the inner thighs squeezing toward each other just to hold on to that tension. And then we're just going to take a light extended twist from here. So take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just reach the right arm back, left arm forward, open your chest to the right. Inhale back to center, reach your arms up high, knees stay bent. And with the exhale, take it the other way, left arm back and right arm forward. Inhale back to center, arms reach high. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, open up. Inhale back to center, reach us up high. And then with the exhale, reach with your left arm back and the right arm forward. Now with your next inhale, reach straight up. And then with the exhale, just sink lower still. Keep your gaze forward, keep the arms reaching, keep breathing. Now as your arms are reaching, slowly shift your weight to the right foot. And let's bring this up to standing with your left knee high. Now you're still reaching high, bring your gaze forward and press into that right big toe. Now as you hold on to this, just keep breathing. We're going to take the legs into a figure four. So keep your gaze forward, but bring the left ankle across your right thigh. Curl the toes of your left foot, bring the knee out to the side and put just a little bend in the right knee and bring your hips down lower. Now we're going to take an eagle bind with this. It's going to be left arm under, right arm over, cross to the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face, and if you need to, just reach across to opposite shoulders and do what works. But keep the arms squeezing, shoulders down, elbows up, and you can always sink further to the hips. If you want more of a challenge, try to lift the elbows higher and bring your gaze up high as well. Just breathe with this. Now with your next inhale, straighten the right leg, lift your left knee. We're still balancing here. Take it slow. The left knee stays bent. Put a bend in the right knee. And then start to hinge forward. Now keep the arms squeezing. Keep your gaze forward. Keep breathing here. And then maybe extend that left leg straight back. Now you can be a little bit more upright here. Take this to a version of Warrior 3. If you're going to take it deep, you're going to bring your body toward parallel with the floor. Go ahead, keep a little bend in the right knee, not too long here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release. Both hands down, left foot down behind you. Come into low lunge. Now from your low lunge, we'll take it down further. Bring your left knee down, left foot flat behind, and then sink your hips down and press them forward. We're going to open this up. When you're ready with an inhale, just reach your arms straight up. Now when you reach up high, bring your gaze up high, but let the hips sink low and forward. Kick into that left foot, and just feel that length all through the front of the left side, from the left knee through to the shoulders. Now keep your gaze up high, keep the arms reaching up and back. And just breathe here for a moment. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just bring your hands behind your head. So interlace the fingers. Palms open, elbows wide, pull your shoulders back, keep your chest open. You're still looking up. And we're going to move back and forth just using that right leg. So when you're ready from here, keep your gaze up high, but press into the right foot. Lean a little bit further back. And then bend deeper into the right knee and sink this forward. Come deeper into that lunge. Press into your right foot. Again, lean this further back. And then bend deep into the right knee and sink this down and forward. One more time. Press into the right foot. Lean this further back and hold here. With your next inhale, slowly just look forward. Bring your torso upright. And then let's switch this out. Bring your hands to your low back. Now palms still open. Elbows wide. Draw the fingertips out wide and pull the shoulders back. Keep your chest open. And then with your hips stacked over your left knee, just hinge forward and bring your belly or the side of your ribs to the right thigh. Now look forward from here. We're looking for the stretch in the back of the right leg. If you need to, you can always set your left hand out on the floor. But just take this back and forth. Pull your hips back, lift the toes of the right foot till you can feel a stretch in the back of the right leg. And then bend the right knee and set the foot flat. Again, pull your hips back, lift the toes of the right foot. And then bring it forward, set that right foot flat. One more time, pull your hips back, toes of the right foot point toward the ceiling. And we're going to take this with a twist. We're going to hold here. So find that stretch on the back of the right leg. If the knee's bent, that's fine. You can always slide the heel further forward. But bring your left hand down to the mat. Lift the right shoulder and open your chest to the right side. This is plenty right here. Now, if you want to take it deeper, you can sink that left elbow down toward the floor, or maybe with your left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot, but keep the right shoulder pulled back and keep breathing with this. All right, take an inhale here when you're ready. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down around that right leg. Now I want to take this into a lizard lunge from here. So bring both hands inside the right foot, and then walk the right foot forward toward the upper right corner of the mat. Now curl the toes of the right foot, keep them curled, roll to the outside edge, and let the right knee move out to the side, but keep that right leg tense. Now you can just stay right here if this is already enough. Keep the tension in the right leg. But to take it further, try to sink your hips down and sink them forward, pull your chest forward as well. And you can always just stay like this. Now there's a bunch of variations of this pose. We're basically in a lizard lunge from here. Start to feel the stretch on the right inner thigh. If you want to take this even further, you can tuck the toes of the left foot, maybe hover your left knee, but sink your hips low and keep your chest pulling forward and just breathe here. You can always move a little bit front to back or a little bit side to side. We're just going to hold the tension here. You can make this more relaxed or you can make this more active, and it's up to you where you want to take this for the moment. And then when you're ready here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, set the left knee down if it's lifted. Step the right foot back and come into all fours. And then as you're ready, just step this back into high plank. Lift your knees, bring your body into line. And we'll take it through the Vinyasa. When you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, set the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms. And then with the exhale, draw back in. Hips up high and find your down dog. Paddle out for a moment, let your hips move. And we'll take that on the other side. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step this to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. And then with the exhale, fold down. Now with your forward fold, look down at your feet, step them a little bit wider than your hips, heels in, toes out. Now keep your knees bent. I want to take this wider stance with chair. So with the knees still bent, with an inhale, lift your torso, reach the arms up, and bring your upper body into line. Now keep your legs squeezing toward each other, just for a little bit of tension there with the inner thighs, and keep breathing. And we're going to take this back and forth to an extended twist. So take an inhale. With the exhale, reach your left arm back, right arm forward, and just slightly open your chest to the left. Inhale to center, arms up high. And then with the exhale, right arm back and left arm forward this time. Inhale back to center, reach as high. And then with the exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale back to center. And with the exhale, right arm back and left arm forward. Now with your next inhale, bring it back to center, reach straight up, maybe sink your hips down lower. And I want to bring this all the way upright. So when you're ready, put the weight to the left foot. Come up to standing with your right knee high. And give yourself a moment just to feel this out here. Find your balance and dig into your left big toe. Now while you're balancing here, once you're ready, take the figure four. Right ankle crosses your left thigh this time. Toes of the foot are curled. Bring the right knee out to the side. And sink a little bit into that left knee and bring your hips further down. Now let's take the eagle bind. It's going to be right arm under, left arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. You can always reach to the shoulders, just do what works. Spread the shoulder blades apart, keep your gaze forward. And to take it further still, maybe sink further into the hips, but lift your elbows, maybe even bring your gaze up high. Just take this to where you can. Now if you're looking up, bring your gaze forward. When you're ready, with an inhale, straighten the left leg and lift the right knee. Now keep a little bend in the left knee. Start to hinge from the left hip, lean forward, and just take this bit by bit. When you're ready, see about taking it further. Maybe extend that right leg straight. Now you can stay a bit more upright, or you can bring it down toward parallel with the floor. Try to keep your hips squared here as best you can. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Bring both hands down and set the right foot down behind your low lunge. Now from your low lunge, let's take it down to Anjaneyasana. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Sink the hips down, press them forward. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high and open up. Now reach up and back, bring your gaze up high. Let your hips sink low and toward the front of the mat. And just breathe with us here. Now as you hold on to this, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring the hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers. Palms open, elbows wide. Pull your shoulders back. You're still looking up. And we'll work further to lengthen the front of the right side. So just moving through your left leg. Now press into your left foot. Lean this further back. Keep your gaze up high. Bend deep into the left knee and sink down and forward. Press into your left foot, lean this further back. And then bend deep into the left knee and sink this forward. One more time, pressing your left foot, lean this further back, hold here with your gaze up high, your chest is still open. With your next inhale, just bring your torso upright and look forward. And then once you're up, bring your hands behind your low back. So interlace the fingers, palms open, or no, don't interlace the fingers actually. Spread the fingers wide, keep your palms open, shoulders back, elbows wide. And then just keep your hips stacked over the right knee. You want to take it back and forth toward a half split. So hinge from the hips and bring your belly or your ribs to touch your left thigh. Keep that contact here. And we'll take this back and forth. So pull your hips back, point the toes leftward toward the ceiling. And then bring your weight forward and set that foot flat. Again, pull your hips back, point the toes up. And then bend into your left knee and bring this forward. One more time, pull your hips back and point the toes up, hold here. Now if you already feel a stretch on the back of the left leg, you can stay with this. So you can extend that leg forward and press the heel forward further. And then we'll take this into a little bit of a twist. So just bring that right hand to the floor and lift your left shoulder with the bound left arm. Now this is plenty. You can always bring that right forearm down if you want to take it deeper. You can keep a bend in the left knee if you need it, keep in mind. And if you want to go further, you can reach that right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. All right, take an inhale from here. And then with the exhale, just release this. Bring both hands down inside your left foot. Set the left foot flat. And then walk that left foot forward toward the upper left corner of the mat. So left ankle at least a little bit forward to the left knee. Curl the toes, left foot, keep them curled. And roll to the outside edge. Now press down to your hands, sink the hips down and forward. Pull your chest forward. And this is good enough right here. You may feel enough of a stretch already. We're working this into the left inner thigh and into the left hip. Now, you can take this further. You can sink down if you like. You can pull the hips back and forth and move around side to side. If you want to make it even more active, you can tuck the toes to the right foot and hover the right knee. Just take this to where you can. Try to keep your chest pulling forward and keep that left knee out to the side of the left leg tense. All right, and then from here, if the right knee is lifted, set it down. Pressing your hands, bring the left knee down as well. Come into all fours. And then let's take this into high plank. So go ahead and press your hands, step your feet back, bring your body into line. And we'll take it through the Vinyasa from here. So take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull this forward, straighten your arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. And give yourself a moment here to pedal out. Now from your down dog, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Now inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold this back down. Inhale to stand and reach your arms high. And with the exhale, we're going to sink in a chair from here. So put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now we're taking a little bit narrower stance here. So within hips width distance. Big toes towards center, knees towards center, belly pulled in. As you sink down, go ahead, bring your hands to your low back. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back. Keep your chest open. And then we're going to move back and forth from here. So keep your shoulders pulled back. With the inhale, straighten your legs. Bring your gaze up high and really work to open your chest. And then with the exhale, look forward, bend your knees. Hinge from the hips and bring your belly down to touch your thighs. You can press the knuckles toward the ceiling. Back and forth like that. Inhale, come all the way up, pull your shoulders back. And then with the exhale, bring it down and forward, belly to your thighs, and maybe lift your hands. Inhale, bring this all the way up, gaze up high, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, bring it back down one more time like this. And then just bring it back to center, back into chair. Now from here, the right foot's your base. Bring yourself to standing on your right foot with your left knee high. And just hold here, find your balance, dig into that right big toe. Now once you're stable, move into a figure four. Bring the left ankle across the right thigh. So toes of the left foot are curled, left knee to the side, shoulders still pulled back. Keep your gaze forward, keep breathing. And then to take it further, if you want to go lower, you can bend into the right knee, sink your hips down. Now if you want to fold this down over that lifted chin, you can always take it deeper. You can always lift your knuckles away from your low back to stretch out the shoulders and chest, but just take this to where you like. Now with your next inhale, straighten the right leg, lift your left knee. And then slowly turn to the left side. Step your left foot back, and we're going to take this into warrior two. We're going to keep the bind. So just feel this out and find your stance. So it's going to be a deep bend of the right knee, straight left leg. You can always slide that right foot further forward. One long line from the right heel to the left arch. Now sink your hips down low, but stay open to the side. Pull your left shoulder back, look forward over your right shoulder. And we're going to go back and forth from here, so take it slow to begin. With your next inhale, reverse. Straighten the right leg, but lean back and bring your gaze up high. With your exhale, extend. Bend deep into the right knee, right shoulder toward the right knee, but you're still looking up. Inhale, straighten the right leg, lean back and reverse. Exhale, bend into the right knee and sink down and forward. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reverse this again. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring it forward and down. One more time. Inhale, straighten the right leg, lean this back, gaze high. With the exhale, extend it forward. I'm going to stay forward this time. Now the arms are still bound. Try to look up over your left shoulder. Stay open to your left side. Keep breathing here. And if you want to take it deeper, you can keep this extended side angle. Maybe take a straight right leg. Left shoulder still high and your chest still open to the side. Just breathe with this. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release this. Bring both hands down inside the right foot. And we're going to take a low side lunge, a version of Skandasana from here. So I want you to lift the right heel, come down to sitting on the right heel. And left leg extended toward the back of the mat. Go ahead and point the toes up toward the ceiling. And give yourself a moment to settle in. Now, we're not looking for the deepest variation of this pose. We're looking for something that you can actually move from. So your hands come to the center of the long edge of the mat. And just try to keep your chest facing down. I want to switch this back and forth, so just work this as best you can. Try to keep your hips low. So bring this through center. Bend into the left knee. Straighten your right leg and point the toes up. And then switch it out. Come back through center. And then sink deep to the right side. Again, try to stay low. Bring it through center. Sink over to the left again. And then come back through center. And sink down to the right. Now one more time, bring it through center, sink low to your left side, and stay low here. Now if this is already enough, just stay like this and try to keep it low. You can always set that left heel down if you've got more flexibility than I do. And maybe slide that right foot further out. You can always bend that right knee if you need to. Now if you just want to take this as a deep fold, and you can bring maybe one or both forearms down, but try to stay low here as best you can. Stay breathing. If you got more flexibility, maybe wrap your left arm around the left leg and maybe take a full bind, but just take it to where you need to here. Now, there's nothing wrong with just moving around and feeling things out in this position. All right, when you're ready from here, just set your hands down flat inside your left leg. Now, we're going to put the weight onto the left foot. So set your left foot flat, hips up high. Now, the left knee's going to stay bent. I want you to lift your right leg and pull the right heel in toward your seat. And just work this as best you can. This is going to be an awkward way of holding a forward fold on one foot. Now try to point the right knee toward the front of the mat. And then as best you can, extend the right leg toward the front. And then bend the knee and pull the heel in. Extend the right leg toward the front again. And then bend the knee. One more time, extend the right leg to the front. And then go ahead and step the right foot down. Now walk your hands up to the front of the mat. Let's bring this into low lunge. And then from low lunge, we're going to take this back up to balancing. So put the weight on the right foot, pull the left knee to your chest and round your spine. Take hold of the left knee. Woo, and let's round this all the way up to standing. You can always just stand up and lift the left knee if you need to take it there, keep it in mind. Now once you're up, give yourself a moment to find your balance again, digging into that right big toe. And let's take this into tree. So the left foot comes somewhere inside the right leg. Now you can bring the foot to the ankle with the toes on the floor if you're having trouble balancing. If you can bring up a little bit higher, bring the foot to the inner calf. Higher still, avoid the knee and bring the foot to the inner thigh. Left knee out to the side. Let's see if I can balance this here myself. I'm looking all over the place. All right, so hands to your hips if this is where you keep your balance. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. And if you want to take it further, go ahead and reach this up high. But just breathe with this here. Now from wherever you are, hold on to your balance, but release the left foot. Pull that left knee forward. You're still balancing. And then take an inhale. Now at the exhale, slowly bend the right knee. Step your left foot back. Bring your hands down. Come into low lunge. And then from your low lunge, set your hands down. Step the right foot back. Find high plank. And then from here, we'll just take it through the vinyasa. So when you're ready, shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring the knees down. Chin and chest come down low. Go ahead, straighten your arms with an inhale. Pull forward. And then draw your belly in, hips up high, back to down dog. We'll take all that to the other side. So from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And with the exhale, sink in the chair. One more time. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips low. And again, we're taking that narrower stance here. Big toes towards center, knees towards center as well. Now, once you settle in, keep the bend in knees, but bring your hands to your low back again. Interlace the fingers. Find the interlace that feels strange. Now, pull the palms together. Draw the shoulders back. Open up your chest. And then we're going to take it back and forth from here again. So go ahead and straighten your legs. Draw the shoulders back. Bring your gaze up high. And then take it the other way. Bend your knees. Hinge from the hips. Belly to your thighs. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. Again, bring it back up. Open up your chest and look up toward the ceiling. And then pull back in. And sink back down, belly to your thighs. One more time like that. Come all the way up, gaze up high, shoulders back. And then sink back down. Belly to your thighs, maybe bring the knuckles up toward the ceiling. And then just go ahead, bring it back to center, back into chair with the bind. Now while you hold on to this, put the weight to the left foot. Slowly come up to standing with your right knee high. Now digging your left big toe, slow your breathing down. When you're ready, move into that figure four. Right ankle across the left thigh this time. Toes are curled, right knee to the side. You can always just have a bend in the left knee, and this is good enough. Now if you want to take it deeper, you can bend into that left knee and hinge from the hips. Maybe bring your torso further forward. Maybe lift the hands up higher. Just take it the way you like. We're still balancing. With an inhale, slowly bring this up to standing with your right knee high. And then take it slow. Open up to the right side. Step that right foot back. Keep the bind and set this up for warrior two again. Deep bend the left knee, straight right leg. And again, just take a moment to lengthen it out. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Everything stays open to the right. Pull the right shoulder back. Look forward over your left shoulder. And let's take it back and forth from here. So with the inhale, reverse. Straighten your left leg. Lean back and bring your gaze up high. With the exhale, extend, deepen the left knee, left shoulder toward the left knee, and you're still looking toward the ceiling. Inhale, straighten your left leg and reverse this. Exhale, bend the left knee and extend this forward. Inhale, reverse and straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee and bring it down, and you're still looking up. One more time. Inhale, reverse, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring it forward and hold here. Now keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep that right shoulder high. Keep looking toward the ceiling. If you want to take it deeper, you can keep extended side angle, but with a straight left leg. Take an inhale. Now, the exhale, just release both hands down inside your left foot. Now, turn the heels in towards center, toes out. Come down to sitting on your left heel. Let's find Skandasana here. And again, just feel this out, and you just want to find a version of the pose where you can move around, so it doesn't have to be the deepest version. Right heel on the floor, toes point up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands toward the center of the long edge of the mat. And try to keep this low as we switch it back and forth. So bring yourself through center over to the right side, sink down. And then come back through center and sink to the left. Through center, sink over to the right side again. And then bring it back through center over to the left. Now, two more times, bring it back through center over to the right. Actually, I lied, two more from here. Bring it through center over to the left side again. And then one more time, bring it over to the right side, and we're going to settle in here. So the right knee's bent, and maybe to stay as you are, this could be plenty. You can set the right heel down if you got the flexibility. You can always bend the right leg. And you can always bring your forearms down if you want to stay lower and just take this as a fold. But feel that stretch, maybe in the back of the left thigh, maybe through the inner thighs, and just hold on to it here. All right, now we're going to take all the way to the right foot. So set your right foot flat. Both hands come down inside the right leg. Now drag that left foot in and then bend the left knee. So pull the left heel in toward your seat. Lift the left knee toward the side. Try to point it toward the front edge of the mat. I know this is an awkward position. It's basically a balanced forward fold. Both hands down, right foot down. Now extend your left leg toward the front as best you can. Bend the left knee and pull the heel back in. Extend your left leg forward again. And then pull the heel back in. Extend the left leg to the front one more time, and then set your left foot down. And then walk your hands to the front of that. All your weight's in the left foot. You're going to square this forward. And then pull the right knee into your chest around your spine. So take hold of the right knee, and let's bring this all the way to standing. And again, just bring yourself up to balancing here with that right knee high. Now, once you're stable, hands to your hips and bring that right foot somewhere inside the left leg. We're just taking tree pose here. So if you're having trouble balancing, just bring the right foot to the left ankle. If you're going to pull it up higher, bring the foot to the inner calf. Higher still, bring the foot to the inner thigh. I don't know if I can balance this today. Let's see what we can do in here. All right, so try to keep that right knee out to the side wherever the foot ends up. And you can hold this with your hands on your hips, heart center, maybe reach up, but just press into that left big toe and try to keep yourself upright here as best you can. Keep your gaze forward. Now we're still balancing here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release the right foot. Bring the right knee forward. Bring the hands to your hips. And then slowly bend your left knee. Start to hinge from the hips. Look forward. Start to sink down. Let's take it to low lunge. Right foot steps back. Both hands come down. Now once your hands are on the floor, step your left foot back next to the right. Find your high plank. And when you're ready here, take an inhale. Exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. Inhale, pull forward. Straighten your arms. Exhale, draw back in. Hips up, pat it down, dog. Paddle out here. And let's take this into half pigeon. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your right leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten the left leg. Pull the left hip forward and keep it in line with the right. Sink your weight straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch in the right outer hip. Now you can keep this upright. You can go deeper toward a back bend, or you can just melt down. You come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. Take it to where you need to here. All right, then if your hands are forward, just slowly walk them back in. Now when the hands are close enough, we're going to take another pose. So I want you to pull your belly in, back the hips up over your left knee. You want to take this into Gomukhasana. So your right leg stays forward, but bring the right knee to the center of the mat. And then cross your legs and bring the left knee in directly behind the right. Now as the legs cross, bring your feet out as wide as you can. And then come down to sitting between your heels and just feel this out here for a moment. So work this as best you can to get both sit bones down between your heels. If you need to back off, you can always extend the left leg forward with the right leg crossed. And if the seat is in the lower body stretch is good enough, you can just stay right here and just keep yourself upright. Now, if you want to take the upper body bind, let's do half of it first. So the right arm comes across your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back and see what grip you can find. You can hold the wrist, maybe reach all the way to the elbow or somewhere in between. But use your left hand to draw on the right arm and feel that stretch from the front of the right shoulder. Now, I do recommend just sitting this upright. And you can always fold forward if you like. If you want the full arm bind, you can bring that right hand up between the shoulder blades. And then the left arm comes from above. And then maybe find that grip somewhere in between. But just take it to where you need to here and just work the combination of stretches that's accessible to you in this pose. And just breathe with this. When you're ready here, take an inhale. Now, the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Set your hands down behind you. Lean back and untangle the legs. And then just cross the ankles, come forward your hands, and step it back to down dog. And we'll take all that on the other side. Now, when you're ready here, with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, flatten your right foot, straighten the right leg. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And sink your weight straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch in the outer left hip. Now again, you can keep this upright. You can always go deeper into extension if you like, or you can just chill out, which most people do. Maybe come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. But just take it to where you need to here. again here, if your hands are forward, walk them back into center. When the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back the hips up over the right knee. And let's take that leg bind to Gomukhasana. The left leg stays forward, but bring the knee to center. Cross the right leg behind the left and squeeze the legs together tight. Come down to sitting between your heels. And just give yourself a moment to feel this out. Try to get both sit bones down. Now again, you can just take the lower body bind and keep this upright. And for the upper body bind, left arm across the low back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach back and see about finding the wrist, or maybe over to the elbow, or maybe there's something in between. But use your right hand to draw back on that left arm and stretch the front of the left shoulder. And again, this is plenty. If you want the full bind, left hand between the shoulder blades, right arm comes from above. And see about finding that grip somewhere in between, and just take it to the version of the stretch that works for you here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Hands down behind you, lean back, untangle the legs. And then come all the way down onto your back. And when you're down, draw the knees in close. Just squeeze everything in for a moment. And let's take this to happy baby. Go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And pull down on both sides. So draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time and keep the tension working both up and down. Then try to flatten your spine, stick your tailbone down toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you want to take it further. And further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down to the mat for a moment. And then when you're ready, just start to move again, bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And when you're ready, take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head, and just stretch this out. And then draw it all back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Just ground yourself in the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining the class. Namaste.